Ebullient greetings. I'm your host, Jacquie Bird of Jacquie Bird Spiritual Wellness, your guide to stress and anxiety relief, mindfulness, awareness, self-care, self-love, and personal growth. Welcome and thank you for joining me as we roll with peace in mind. Hey, beautiful people. How y'all doing today or tonight? Whatever time it is that you're listening. Thank you for listening in advance. And before I get into the theme for this episode, a little business here. Please like, follow, and share this podcast. Let your friends know, let your family know, your coworkers, shout it out. You hear something you like, post about it on social media, tag me on it. Let's get the word out about what's happening here in the Roll with Peace in Mind world. Now, if you are listening on September 18th, I am having my Tune Into Your Graceful Flow, a guided meditation with sound healing. And it is a virtual guided meditation for 30 minutes, so it's not going to take up all your time. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're on the other side of the world, you can join me. It'll be morning for you. And I hope that you come hang out. The link is in the description for this episode. Now, something that I'm really excited about, and this is a local deal in terms of if you live in the Hudson County, if you're in New Jersey, if you live in, okay, I said that. I'm fumbling, okay, I'm bumbling. Yeah. If you live in Hudson County, New Jersey, or you're somewhere near there, Newark, New York City, I want you to check out my upcoming workshop called Kaleidoscope, a stress relieving odyssey. And it is in person in downtown Jersey City on October 18th from 2 to 3:30 Eastern Time. It is 4 modalities in one 90-minute workshop. Details, because you want to find out what this is about, details are in the description for this episode. And it's going to be a mix of chill and fun. Again, look at the description, go to the link, and you'll read all about it. I'm having a hard time talking today. I'm running an early bird offer that's good through September 27th. Please don't wait till the last minute. Get your early bird on registration, get that in, and the space is limited. The studio is not that large, and you don't want to miss out on this. So again, Kaleidoscope, a stress-relieving odyssey, October 18th, I'm getting ready to tell you that wrong too, 2 o'clock to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, local event, in person. Come, let's have fun, and let's center. Today's riff is the power of self-trust, why believing in yourself is key. I was listening to an interview where a prominent celebrity talked about her lack of self-trust, and it got me thinking. From the cradle to the grave, it's you and only you walking your walk. The many folks you meet along the way intersect and share some of your journey. But that's it. That includes parents, children, friends, loved ones, lovers, enemies, frenemies, etc. They are characters you meet in this game called life, but they are not you. Only you have that unique title of being who you are. That's the way it goes. And of course, that goes for each and every one of us. We are each one of a kind in the mold of one. So why don't we trust ourselves, huh? where it all began. Since you are the only person on your unique personal journey, how is it that you are the one you tend to trust the least? Self-trust is not something that's high on what gets passed down from generation to generation, because the folks we are learning from don't possess it. So how can they possibly teach self-trust? You can only teach what you know. So now there are some folks that have had great examples of what self-trust looks like, even though you might not have been able to put your name on it at the time. You know, your kid growing up, your mom or your dad were like, or both were like ultra confident, and you just know you felt safe, but you didn't know, oh yeah, that's self-trust. Now, they might have moved through life, and of course we don't know what's going on with our parents, because our parents are parents and they don't show us the inner workings usually of what's going on in their life and their emotional challenges. Sometimes you don't find that out until you're like been an adult for a long time, and then your parents start to tell you stuff and you're like, I thought that's what was happening, but I wasn't sure. But anyway, so as I said, you might have gotten some good examples, but I would say most of us did not. And we learn from people that are full of fear, full of shame, full of guilt, full of anger, distrust themselves. And that's what gets passed down, especially generationally among women. I'm not saying just women, but we carry a lot of stuff from maybe you had a mom that berated you, like my stepmother did. You never could do anything good enough. Maybe your brothers were treated differently because they were children, which was also the case in my growing up. So you have to figure it out, and if you're lucky, you've run into people along your path, or you've come across this podcast, or you've read books or magazines, and you start to go, maybe I do need to trust myself a little bit more. And add to all of that stuff, to the messages that are bombarded in the media, both social and in the news, that incessantly broadcast that we would be so much better off if we got that butt lift or those eyebrows, or had a 10-pack stomach from a killing workout regimen, or to be more beautiful with lighter or white skin. That one always gets me. We second guess, doubt, beat up on ourselves, issue scathing and unkind remarks to ourselves, ignore our intuition, hate our bodies, maybe even the sound of our own voice. We rate ourselves so poorly. Why aren't we our own best friends? Why do we doubt, hate ourselves so much? Habit, indoctrination. Habit, beliefs in everything but ourselves. Habit, indoctrination. All of this equals no self-trust. We are taught that everybody outside of us knows what's best for us, knows better than we do. And I'm going to tell you, in my own experience, lack of self-trust is an element that aids depression. When we dim our light and not following what our intuition tells us because of fear, it saps our life force, or rather our access to it. It blocks our joy. It wipes out self-trust. Think about a sad or tough moment in your life that was due to making a decision that your mind advocated, but your inner self whispered otherwise. Think about something from your past. How did that work out for you? Did you end up feeling great and rejuvenated? Or did it bring your spirit and energy down, possibly causing big problems? When I think of the times I sat in deep depression, a great part of that was due to me lacking self-trust and not trusting my inner guidance. of thinking that what others said or held as important was far greater than my internal guidance. I had a set list of, this is how things should go, and couldn't or wouldn't see that my paths had nothing to do with what I thought it should be. That I needed to be more trusting of my own process and until I allowed myself to see differently, in a state of depression I stayed, because my viewpoint was that everything sucked, everything was bad, and there was no hope. I saw no hope. I saw no way of things changing. And, as I've spoken in other episodes, like begets like. Thoughts snowball. Negative thoughts snowball. So you have one and you don't nip it in the bud, then you have the second one. And before you know it, you're depressed because all you've done is think about things that are going on in the world that you can't do anything about, but you feel responsible because you should save the world, or whatever your trip is in that regard. That'll bring you down instantly. Looking at the world and its problems. It's hard to believe and know that as you begin your journey into trusting yourself more, you affect other people. And you affect other people in a beautiful way because they see it, they feel it. And whether they admit it or not to you, it makes them think. So as I began to step out and build self-trust, I began to feel better and better about my journey and decisions. Part of trusting is forgiving what you may have viewed as mistakes and having faith that you will do better as you know better. And I'm just going to segue a little bit about that thing of mistakes. That's a big thing. That's a big hang up that we can get tripped up on. Mistakes. I made mistakes. I made so many mistakes. I shouldn't have made the mistakes. I should have. Yeah, you can look at it that way. You can definitely look at it like you've made mistakes. And that's going to bring your energy and your mood down faster than snapping your fingers or not snapping them because you can't snap them. But seriously, when you look at things as mistakes, it's never a good thing in terms of enlightening, uplifting. But if you look at things like, I made some decisions that kind of bit me on the ass. I don't know if I want to do that again. Maybe I'm going to make a different choice. The things that happen in life that don't go the way you want them to go, or as you want to call them mistakes, are really prime opportunities for growth because you can learn. You can learn from it. So having to say that, okay, I'm going to say that again. Having said that, you are really very powerful. Your statements out loud or to yourself affect what comes into your life, what flows, the type of people that come into your life. But most of us have no idea the amount of power that we actually have because we feel powerless, especially when you're looking, as I use this example, of things that are going on in the world. We tend to feel powerless. But you are powerful beyond your imagination. So, having said that, how do you want to continue to use your power? You can either use it consciously or unconsciously, meaning that you're doing stuff and you're moving through your life and you have no idea that you're a powerful being. But you are still using your power either in a passive way, an aggressive way. You're using it. So how do you want to use it? How do you consciously want to use it? Do you want to keep yourself down? Or do you want to soar and enjoy your life? My dear, beautiful people, learn to trust yourselves. Learn that trust is an integral part of self-esteem, of self-love, of self-care. In becoming your authentic self. Notice I didn't say in being or arriving at your authentic self. I said in becoming, because that's a journey also. You may have self-confidence, you may have gotten to a point of that, but there's always more layers, there's always more growth, there's always more expansion. So it's a journey, becoming your authentic self. Know that when you build your self-trust truly, life begins to show you something different because you are different. Your energy shifts, your light shines brighter because your frequency is higher. A great deal of us don't know anybody like that in our lives. We don't know people that are happy. Most of the folks we know are unhappy. Most of the folks that we know are full of a lot of fear and a lot of worry and a lot of and mistrust. They don't trust anybody and they don't trust themselves. And that's usually the ecosystem that we are in. You can break out of it. You can break the cycle. And as you do that, you may notice that you'll lose friends. People that were in your life intensely are no longer in your life, or they start to fade out of your life. New people come in. Welcome them if they are for your greatest good, if they are of the vibe of wanting to expand their being and their joy and their happiness. Welcome them in. Learn to trust you. There's a part of you that knows. Learn to trust you. All right, so how do you do that? One step at a time. You gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta walk before you run. Well, sometimes babies start running first, but you get the drift. You gotta take it one step at a time. Look for things that are working in your life and give yourself some credit for recognizing them. Step out on faith more. Listen and trust your gut. It will never, ever steer you wrong, even when it seems like it doesn't make sense to your mind. For every negative thought you tell yourself that you catch, say things like, I am a most precious, unique, and valuable jewel. And I trust myself completely. Or anything along those lines. And you may feel really stupid in the beginning doing that. That's okay, do it anyway. You know, your friends may go, oh, that's brainwashing. Well, guess what? We're brainwashed to believing we don't have power. We accept that. There's lots of messages that come across the airwaves that we have bought into in terms of what is considered to be brainwashing. And the stuff that is brainwashing, oh no, that's not brainwashing. No, the fact that you don't trust yourself is a form of brainwashing because people have told you, and you've believed it, that there are other people that know more than you and they are better at knowing about what you need. So it takes a minute to become your own cheerleader. Keep at it. You are programmed in one way, meaning you've bought into that you can't be trusted, you can't trust yourself. Be patient as you are rewiring your thought process. It will come. Stay with it. And I'm going to segue again a little bit and just address the world events that are happening and that are horrifying and frightening and disturbing and may keep you up at night or keep you from enjoying your day. Understand that the only person you can control on this planet is you. And as you raise your vibe, your frequency, as you take care of yourself better with actually turning off the screen, trying not to absorb so much of it, and limiting how much you absorb of it. Limit how much news you're looking at, how many videos you're looking at about how horrible things are, because they are, but they are also beautiful. We live on a beautiful planet that has not kicked us off yet, has not hurricaned and earthquaked us into oblivion as humankind. We are here, and we're here with purpose and for purpose. And please know and there's a part of you that does know this, please understand that what we are witnessing in the world today, while it is sheer chaos, know that there is a rising group of people that are waking up, that are saying, no, I don't want this. I don't want to live like this. And I don't think other people should suffer as at the result of greed. So you're seeing more people going, people calling for financial boycotts, people running for office, people that are really, really trying to make a difference. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the events in the world, find a cause and volunteer. Find something where you feel like you are actually contributing to the greater good of humans. And that will, even though you may still get mad, because trust me, I get pissed off at the stuff I see, but I also know I have to take care of myself. And I know, okay, that's enough. I've had enough. I've looked at enough videos. I've read enough news. Okay, I'm going to change the frequency and I'm going to do something for myself. That's beautiful. You know, it could be just calling a friend I haven't talked to in a while, but you have to really, that's your power. You have to really, really look at what can you change and the things that you cannot change, to have the grace to know that you can't change it and to stop screaming about it and put your energy where you can make a difference. Because trust me, people are figuring that out and they are doing things to make a difference in the human condition. And you're hearing the noise and the chaos a lot louder than what some of these other people are quietly doing, organizing, creating foundations and organizations that will benefit children and homeless people and people that are indigent and falling on hard times. That is one great way to shift your focus and raise your vibration and gift someone in grace through your concern and your love in helping. That's how you make a difference. And there are many other ways that I haven't mentioned, but instead of despairing about what's happening, ask, what can I do? Keep it calm. Don't freak out if you don't see the answers right away, but know the answers are there. And you'll have a feeling sense about it. Again, this whole thing about self-trust. You'll have a feeling sense about it. And even though you don't have anything concrete, trust the feeling sense of the direction and what you could actually be doing that will make a difference, as opposed to worrying about stuff, not being able to sleep, not being able to eat, hurting yourself, stomach aches, headaches, because you're worried so much. The other thing I'll say about that is we don't know the big picture. We see these little, I won't call them little, we see these things occurring, and a lot of us are giving into despair. Know that there's a greater purpose, and as I said earlier, people are waking up. The opposition doesn't want you to know that. They want you to be in fear because it benefits them. They can make more money off of your fear. That feeds them. If you take that away, and the next person takes that away, and the next person, the next person, the next person, they don't have anything. But we have to work together as a collective. And again, I ask you to share this podcast. The more that we can uplift people and recognizing what their power actually is, what the superpower is, that's going to make some changes. As I said, stop looking at some of that stuff. Start flooding your news feed with more positivity. Start following accounts that are speaking in positive tones. Follow accounts of children. Man, I'm telling you, this new generation that's on the planet, some of these kids are kicking big butt. Some of these kids are coming here already open, already aware, and the knowledge that they have And the reminders that they're giving us are so incredibly powerful. There are children that are inventing stuff. I mean, like scientific things that really will be game changers. Follow accounts like that. And as you do that, you'll start getting more suggestions in your social media of accounts that are like that. Have that going down in your news feed. Doesn't mean that you turn a blind eye to what's going on. No, you need to be informed. But if you flood your news media, all your social media with more positive stuff, and I'm not talking about cat videos. Yes, they're fun, they're fabulous, they're wonderful, and I love them. But when I see these little kids, these young people with the passion and the ingenuity and the creativity, when I see just people in general really, really doing their thing and following their bliss and their intuition into creating things that ultimately don't just benefit them, but benefit the greater good, that's inspiring. So make sure in your day you have things that inspire you. You're listening to things that inspire you. You're having more inspiring conversations. Try to limit how many negative, depressing conversations you have with your friends and your coworkers. That'll make a big difference too. Remember that your intuition is divine guidance speaking. So learn to trust more and see what happens. Oh my goodness, your life will change. You'll be surprised. Thank you so much for listening. As I said earlier, please like, share, follow. Follow me on my social media, my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube. Follow me. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Jacquie Bird Spiritual Wellness. Go to my website. I know there may be something of interest to you there that will raise your vibe, that'll pick up your spirit, that will inspire you. Go to my website, JackieBirdSpiritualWellness.com, and tell people about me and what I'm doing and how I'm using my voice, my experience to bring light, to help people uplift. And remember to roll with peace in mind.